All right, I can't believe I'm going to Milwaukee, but I am going to go to Milwaukee, and I'm going to take the Milwaukee Bucks minus 120 on the money line versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, the story is Doc comes to town. Everybody's laughing. They can't get it done. They're 1-4 since Doc got there. But overall, the defense is starting to get a little better. And if you watch the tape, they're starting to communicate more. They're starting to know what they want to do. Do they want to switch? Do they want to funnel people down to the basket to Lopez? 16th in defensive rating in the last 5 games versus 19th the entire year. So that stuff is starting to pick up a little bit. Now, something we weren't counting on when Doc came over was the offense falling off a cliff. But that's exactly what's happened. Last 5 games, 24th in offensive rating, 112.3 points per 100 possession. And Dame is struggling. Let's be real. I think he's getting a little bit of a pass here. He's kind of skating. In January, he shot 38% from the floor, 28% from 3. Clunkers every other night, had a 5 for 18 the other day. So I think the first half was what I was initially looking at, and I didn't want to fade Minnesota coming off that big blowout that when they were blowing out the Bulls and gave that lead up. So I stayed off the first half and I went full game at home with Milwaukee. Coming down the stretch, Minnesota's offense has been atrocious, especially in the fourth quarter. Now, they're 27th or 28th in the NBA in fourth quarter offense overall for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They don't really know what they want to do. I know Ant-Man, the young man, is getting this stuff done, but he's still growing. They're still trying to figure out how they want to close games offensively. And that makes me really skittish on those boys, especially when we come down to the playoffs. Because, fellas, you know, in the playoff, it's half court. What can you do for me in an actual set? And if you can't close games and put together good offensive possessions, it's going to be tough. So I expect the Minnesota offense to continue to struggle down the stretch, and I believe that this offense will pick up a bit here for Milwaukee. Doc continues to build on that a little bit of defensive foundation that he's laid. I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks at home. I'll lay the 10 cents at minus 120. AC, what do you think about the Bucks overall? Even without Doc, they're 1-4 with Doc, 2-5 in their last 7.
Yeah, I would say if Milwaukee's gonna get it done tomorrow night, it needs to be an MVP type performance from Giannis. So there's no Chris Middleton. Dame is questionable. I think although he had a really bad shooting month, it's one of those players where like if he misses an extended period of time, like your offense is going to be hurting. So he needs to come back. But for this particular game, it needs to be a game where there's also some European flavor, right? Greece versus France here. Like he needs to dominate that matchup against Gobert, get him into foul trouble so that Minnesota doesn't dominate the glass, which will allow Milwaukee to run and shoot threes and things like that. But I do think with Doc back in the fold or in the fold now, he's going to play, guys that have been through the trenches, right? So he's going to play guys like Jay Crowder a lot more. He's going to play guys like Campaign a lot more. So all these vets that are going to slow down the pace. So I think, in my opinion, Milwaukee's unders moving forward with Doc is a look. But I do like Milwaukee in this one spot here to come back from they were up in Phoenix right at halftime. They blew it in the second half. This is a nice bounce back spot for Milwaukee.
Jay, what do you think of Milwaukee this spot and overall as a squad now with Doc leading the way?
I do think they're going to figure it out. I think it's probably going to be the same thing like the Clippers. Well, not the same thing because I don't think they're going to go on the run like the Clippers are. Clippers are just they're a deadly team. They really have like a big 4 over there. You see what I'm saying? So need to see what's up with Dame. That's for sure because you already without Chris Middleton. And then you do get Brook Lopez back, but like this team is just starting to drop too many guys. Doc has already shortened the rotation to like a 7 or 8 man rotation. You see what I'm saying? So they really need Dame. I know that his ankle is a little banged up. Even if he comes back, still probably won't be 100%. Don't like that the Timberwolves coming off a game that they absolutely blew. Like they're going to be pissed off coming into this game. So honestly, I could see. I'm sure that the Bucks are going to get it done at some point. I don't know about this game. I can really see it going either way, to be honest with you. I know that the Wolves are definitely the much better defensive team. The Bucks are probably the more fluent offensive team, especially if Dame is in there. So I can make an argument for both sides, and I stay off those games every time.
Yeah, I would wait until we get some more info on Dame. The numbers shouldn't move too much, if anything. But I do like Milwaukee to get it done in this spot.